commingled in. So let me share the screen and get us started. Maybe. Okay. Okay, so the theme of tonight is that Be Brave crushes 2020. And I want to give you guys my ideas, my vision, and then kind of tools set up how we are going to do that together. But first, I need to announce that we are officially a 2020 elite team. And it's confusing because they call you an elite team for the following year, but that means we accomplished elite this past year. And I almost didn't put this in here because it's like the calls don't go out until Wednesday, so it still like scares the crap out of me that something could have gone wrong. We accomplished this by the skin of our teeth at the very last second, and as excited and proud and happy that I am that we accomplished it, the fact that it took to the very last second is kind of what I want to talk about tonight, because it just reminded me of a couple of things. One, when it happened, I was very stressed. So this all happened this past week. Like, we had to clinch it by the 31st. And it's like Christmas is coming and I'm on my phone and on my computer trying to make all of this happen. And New Year's Eve's here and time with family and doctor's appointments. And I'm stressed out. And Travis is frustrated that I'm stressed out because that's not good for our baby making process and all of these things. And all I could think of, like, I looked at him and I was like, we're better than this. Like, there's no reason we can't accomplish this. We have so much potential. We have so many amazing coaches. I wouldn't trade our team for any other team in the world. And I was also reminded at how hard people will work at the last second for things. We are, I think you guys are a lot like me in how we will wait till the last second for a deadline to push our butts off and show up. And we will work really, really hard. Like, it amazed me to see how hard you guys would work to not let me down and not let this goal go away and not make this not happen. But all I could think about was, what if we just had half of that every day for the whole year, or every week for the whole year? It is amazing what we accomplished, you guys. We made miracles happen in like the last 2 weeks of the year. If we did that, if we all put forth that effort every week, every month, you guys, like, it would be crazy what we could all accomplish. And I had so many people say, what can I do to help you achieve this goal? What can I do to help like us become an elite team? And I love that. I love that our relationships are so good that people didn't want to let me down and that everybody wanted to push for this. But I want you guys to want that for you too. I want you guys to not want to let yourselves down and let your families down and let your coaches and your teams and your challengers down. I want you guys to want to push that hard all the time. So that's just kind of what's fueling tonight's call. My vision for the year is that I want us to be brave, have Moxie, lead with our hearts, and help change a hell of a lot of lives this year, because we can. We have the tools to do so. We have the numbers to do so. There is no reason that we should be letting our potential just sit there. We have so much. We have so many tools at our hands, and I want to do the dang thing this year. I have really big goals, which I'll go over a little bit, but my mission for the year is to create unstoppable results by pushing through our boundaries, creating a safe place where we not only continue to grow and strive for our own greatness, but set the path to show others how to do the same. It all starts with you, just like it starts with me. If I'm not consistent on my journey, I can't expect you to be it. If I'm not consistent showing up in my business, I can't expect you to do it. If you're not consistent, you can't expect your challengers to be consistent. Same with your coaches. You set the pace, and you have to know that whatever you do in your business, whatever you do in your journey, your coaches and challengers are probably going to do about 50% of that. So if you want greatness from them, you've got to set the bar really, really high for yourself. And that's why hitting elite for me is so important, not because it makes me so much money or anything like that. That is why us being an elite team is vital, because if I'm not shooting for that, you're not going to shoot for it, or you're not even going to shoot for premier, or think that 5 stars possible, or think that 2 stars possible. You have to know that you're going to set the pace, and whatever, it's okay if your goals aren't elite or goals aren't that huge, but you have to know that whatever you're doing, your coaches are going to do a little bit of. So if you want a lot, you've got to put out a lot and hope that you've got a few of those runners that are going to come, but know that the majority are going to do a little. But if you're doing a little, they're going to do even less, right? That makes sense. So my word of the year is Moxie. And I don't know about you, but when I say Moxie, it makes me have like a fire in my belly. It makes me want to accomplish stuff and crush goals and do all these things. So if you don't know what Moxie means, it means that if you have Moxie, you don't let a minor setback stop you from trying again, because you're a determined person who doesn't give up easily. It describes someone with a fighting spirit. Like, be brave and have some Moxie this year. Stop letting little things stop you completely. Stop letting all of those excuses come in. You guys, I am never going to say, like, I show up in all of this and da, 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 da. I don't have an easy life day to day. I know I work from home and I get to cuddle my pups. Last year was hard as hell for me. I cried a lot. There were days that I struggled to get off the couch or get out of bed. I encountered a lot. Working from home, I'm able to do that because I put in the time of working my business while working 3 jobs and interning and commuting and doing all those things and planning a wedding and all of that. It didn't just come. Like, I didn't just get to magically do that one day. And I still have to work hard in order to be able to keep up our life, to be able to pay for IVF, to be able to do all of the things I want to do. And I think what's been one of the hardest things for me is, for one, hearing people say, like, oh, it's just been a tough year, like, I'll get back on it, or hear people's excuses. And Mallory just stepped away. But one thing that used to drive me crazy when Mallory was a mom of 2 littles, her husband was deployed, when people would give her excuses that they couldn't find time to work out during the day, when she was doing it with 2 littles and working full time and momming by herself while her husband was deployed. Like, I understand that life is tough. Life is tough for all of us. It's about how you utilize it. You can use it to bring you down, or you can use it to fuel your business, fuel your why, fuel your fitness. There were so many days that the only reason I worked out was because it was my only sanity. And it might be the only thing I could do that day to take care of me, but I did it. And there were days that I showed up in my business just because I wanted you guys to see my face and not know that I was struggling, or not know that everything was going on, because I wanted to set the pace for you guys. Your life doesn't have to be perfect to coach. In reality, all of those struggles you're going through is only going to make your story stronger, make your why stronger, but you have to make that choice to utilize it instead of letting it bring you down and let it make you disappear completely. So what's going to happen in 2020 is we're going to become a 2021 elite team by Summit. There is no waiting until December this year. We are crushing this goal early. We are going to make it happen, because waiting till the last second is super duper stressful, and I don't ever want to experience that again. It's been 2 years in a row, actually 3 years. Premier was down to the last second as well. Never doing it again. We have what we need to make this happen. We're going to make it happen. We are going to have 100 new diamonds on the team this year. We're going to have 200 new emeralds. We are going to have 20 coaches attend New Leadership Conference next year. We're going to have 3 elite coaches at least, 5 premier coaches, and we're going to grow our organization, which is currently at a little under 500, to 1,000 coaches. These are the things that are going to happen. Not things I want to happen, the things that are going to happen, because we can do this. You guys, when I look at this picture, and this is like a 40th of the team. There's so much potential in that picture right there. There's so many amazing coaches with amazing transformations on our team and amazing hearts and amazing stories. We've got to up that work ethic a little bit to match all of the rest of that amazingness to make all of your dreams come true. These goals don't just help me. Having 100 diamonds and be brave doesn't just help me. I want those diamonds to help you guys reach your rank goals and help you guys become elite and help you guys become premier and help you guys attend New Leadership Conference. This isn't just about me. It's what I want for all of us and all of the lives that we can change. So how do we do those things? Well, we got to do the things. We got to show up. And that means showing up in the team page. I know social media is crazy and you have 15,000 groups and all that thing. Make it a priority to show up in the team page once a day. There is not much more that agitates me besides the really bad excuses than people asking me questions that I've posted in the team page 15 times. I will always be there to answer your questions, I promise. But if you could just look in the team page, it is full of so much goodness. And it's like every time I have a good idea, I put it there. Every time I have a resource, I put it there. If there's things I can offer you, they're going to be there. Just make it a point to check the team page at least once a day. Pop into trainings if they're possible. Like show up on team calls when they're applicable. I'm going to change team calls up so that they're not every week that you're devoted to do or that you feel obligated to be on. But if it can help you, hop on. Because the more you lean in, the more, just like in a challenge group, the more you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. And show up on your journey. That should have actually been first, because that is always first and foremost the most important thing. Be present with your team on your social media and in your journey. Another of my biggest pet peeves is seeing coaches want to do the dang thing and sign up a bunch of coaches and then disappear on those coaches. If you're going to be here, be here. If this is what you want this and grow your team, but always be present for them. You are like obligated to help those people. You are obligated to help your challengers. It's not fair to your challengers or your coaches when you go MIA. And it's not fair to me when your coaches or your challengers are reaching out to me for help because they haven't heard from you in 10 months or whatever. I'm always going to help them because that's who I am, but it was your responsibility. You got a paycheck from helping them. Show up and help them. And don't just give up on them. Be present on your social media. Social media is always changing. I'm not telling you have to post 15 times a day. Right now I'm posting once a day, and that's different than it was a month ago. A month ago I was posting twice a day. I am in my stories consistently, and even on days where I'm just not feeling it, I just try to show my face. Just kind of show my face so that I don't disappear. But you've got to be present so people know what you're doing. And you've got to be present in your journey. You got to dream big. No goal is going to be accomplished if you're not shooting for it. I had a coach ask me the other day, is it silly to do a vision board? Because what if you don't accomplish what you put on it? If you don't shoot for those things, you're never going to accomplish them. So shoot big. Shoot for elite. Shoot for 5-star. Shoot for 15-star. Because even if you don't accomplish that and you land at 4-star or whatever, your income's going to grow. You're helping more people and you're way closer to your goal than if you just shot for diamond by the end of the year. You guys, dream big because you can do this. Learn. This is a huge thing for me too that I've really had to embrace recently. Social media changes daily. You have to be willing to learn and you have to be willing to say what worked last week may not be working today. Let me change things up. Same thing with your challenge groups. Same thing with how you're recruiting. It might be that you guys like sneak peek groups don't really work that well anymore because people just aren't like in them on Facebook. We've got to change. We've got to learn and see what's working and watch YouTube videos and watch trainings. The Beachbody Champions page is gold. But if you are stuck in your old ways, you're never going to grow. And it's funny because I see this in the roundtable a lot from like vets, and I'm talking like vets. Barbie Kalev posted something in there the other day where it was like on her memories on Facebook, how I think it was like 5 years ago on that day, she had posted 32 times on her Facebook, which is excessive. But She said, if I did that today, nobody would see my stuff. Facebook would ban me. People would think I was crazy. Like, I have to get with the times. What used to work and what helped me build my business isn't what built my business anymore. And we see that from like veteran coaches in there all the time that are like, I have to change things up. New blood, new people are coming in and bringing new ideas. We have to watch them and we have to duplicate. Success leaves clues. But if you're stuck in the old ways, you're not going to see any success. Use your resources. All right. I'm going to toot my own horn again for a second. I love Rob and Chelsea. Love them as people. I talk to them and they told me, like, they called me and Travis aunt and uncle to their little baby boy that's coming. They aren't tools for my business. I haven't talked to them since they got pregnant about my business. They don't know that we hit elite. They don't know how hard we pushed to hit elite. They don't know any of that. You guys don't have that. You have me. And I'm not trying to say I'm like better than them, but I'm not as busy as them and I'm not as all over the place as them. I will answer your questions anytime. I will hop on a call with you anytime. There is nothing I want more than to watch you guys grow and help your families and accomplish all of the goals you've told me you want. But you have to use me. When I offer to hop on calls and I have like one person respond, that's agitating because I'm like, okay, well, not everybody is crushing their goals. Like, what's going on? I just don't get it all the time. I've never had somebody in this business that I could reach out to. Even Lacey back in the day, like, she was a great friend. Business-wise, she didn't help me. I've always wanted to create something different for my team, that they could come to me with anything, that we could hop on, that you could be 6 coaches down in my downline and not impact me in any way possible, but I will still always be there to help you. You have to use what you have. Use the team page, like I said, use the national wake-up calls, use all of the resources out there because the answers are there of how to do the things. We just have to do them. Make it happen. Nobody can do this for you. That's another one of the really hard things for me, is that if I could wave a magic wand and help you all hit Success Club and say like, oh, you just need to do this or you just need to do that. And I try to do that as much as I can, but I can't follow up for you and I can't post for you and I can't message everyone who responds on your polls and I can't put up that poll for you. I can't do those things. You've got to make it happen. You've got to dig deep, figure out why you're doing this, figure out a why that is going to make you do all of those uncomfortable things, that when you say like, oh, I don't want to message those people, what if they think I'm being annoying, that why pops in your head and you're like, no, like, I'm doing this for my family, I'm doing this for my son, I'm doing this for my kids. You have to know why you're doing this. And that why can change. My why now looks a hell of a lot different than it did when I first started. My why then was to like help pay for my wedding and do all of the fun things. And my why is very different now. But you've got to make it happen. And I'm here to help, but I can't do it for you. So a couple of things that I said I was going to announce. I was reading the chat. Team calls are going to change slightly. I don't have an exact plan for it yet. I'm still playing with things. I'm going to do once a month a diamond call. I'm going to do like a new coachee training call. My idea is that no one person needs to be on every call every week, that you will plug into the things that are what you need. So next week, I'm going to be doing a call on overall. It's kind of, I feel like it's a lot to umbrella, but leadership points if premier or elite or new leadership conference are on your vision board and you want to know exactly how you earn the points to do that. I'm going to be breaking down all of the points, all the categories, strategies to help you plan for that, how to track those things. So I'm going to be trying to do more of that type of stuff where it's like very specific, like either geared towards new coaches, either geared towards people working towards Emerald Diamond, things like that. So it's not going to hurt my feelings if you're not on every call every week because I want you guys to get what you need to get out of it. And I think that might help the participation on calls, that if it's just more like not taking up every night of your life. So you guys have any questions or anything for me? Do you guys like the word Moxie? Doesn't it, like, you should just say it. Like, just say Moxie. I feel like you can't say it without it making you feel a little like, I've got Moxie. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I love you guys and I appreciate you all, and I'm so proud of everything we accomplished, and I don't ever want you guys to think I'm not. I just I feel like it's probably like a parent who sees their kids like not going down the wrong path, like you guys are like struggling in life, but like just not living up to their full potential. And this business is always about what you want out of it. It's never about what I want for you. I want it to be what you want. But the thing is, I've heard what a lot of you guys want out of this, and that's what I want you guys to accomplish. So I just want you guys to dig deep and know that all of those things are possible, but they're not just going to happen. Like top coaches in the company, they work their asses off. And I'm not trying to be a top 10 coach because I want to still have a life and not be messaging people 20 hours a day. But whatever your goal is, you have to be willing to put in the time for that goal. Also, being at the next Super Saturday, that's a huge event. And, you know, like that's the start of the year. That's where so much excitement comes. That's where so much energy is formed, is being there and hearing all those events. That's where the next Success Club trip will be announced. That's when a lot of times they announce like new products and stuff. They announce new products, I feel like, every week right now. So not sure if that will happen. But really make it a priority to be there if you can. If you can't, obviously, like that's okay. Also, like, reach out to your new coaches. I reached out to a couple today that I was like, I think this could make your business, being there and feeling that energy. Like, there's nothing like it, especially the first one of the year. So I really challenge you guys to be there if you can. And if you don't know where Super Saturday is, or you have any questions about that, there is a link in the team page, also in your back office, where you can search and find the closest one to you. Mallory might want to host an online one, a virtual one for us, because hers is really, really far away. She has a really good excuse for not going. So we'll have a virtual one as well. But if you can get to a live one, do what you can to get there. If you don't go to any of the other ones all year, the January one is like where it's at typically. So, Christy, you have Carl coming, right? Indiana has Amwala. DC, we get Elise, and we're going to do a new bar workout. We also get Mandy Kai, and I'm really excited for our lineup. We get one of, you guys know Mandy Kai is like my girl crush. We get one of Tony Robbins, like his people he teaches is coming to us, so like a life coach. And then we also get Michael Neiman. So I'm excited for our lineup, but get to one if you can. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go because it's been 30 minutes. But if you have any questions, let me know. If you have big goals and you're like, Kristen, I don't know how the hell to accomplish this, reach out to me and I'll help you. We can backtrack, we can do things. It's going to be a good year. And you guys need to make being at Summit a priority. So if you have questions about Summit, message me as well, because they have like a promo thing going on right now for it as well. So that's a really big event, and you should have that on your radar already because it's going to freaking be here before we know it probably. But okay, have a great evening, and thank you guys for being on. Happy 2020.